A cold March afternoon in Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers, where this afternoon two of the NBA's special players will be on display. Kobe Bryant and Lebron James and their teams going at it.
Hey, what's up? This is Kobe Bryant, starting guard, two guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. Point guard will be Smush Parker. A small forward would be Lamar Odom. A power forward would be Brian Cook. And our center would be Kwame Brown. I'm LeBron James. Same business, same marriage, starting that small forward, national champs. Starting that point guard, Eric Snow from Michigan State. Starting that two guard, Ronald Flip Murray. Starting that power forward, Drew the Goods Gooden. And that center, Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
They have totally different games. He said that Kobe Bryant also has more of a killer instinct than he does because Kobe has been to championships. He says, I haven't. Now about LeBron James, Kobe Bryant said people get lost in his talent and athleticism. But what I like about him is he has an incredible understanding for concepts. You can always tell that he is thinking out on the court, and he said that's exactly what I do too. The two will get a lot of time to get to know each other as people and as basketball players this summer when they play together on the national team. Mike?
Since LeBron James has been in the NBA, it's only the sixth time the two teams have met. And in the games they've played against each other, Bryant's been hurt most of the time, so they haven't had a lot of good battles. And again, they won't guard each other. Kobe Bryant will perhaps guard LeBron a little bit. But this is a very important game for both teams right now as we head in the final stretch. And all the home games so huge for Cleveland, they've become a very good home team. And here in Cleveland, they're 23-10. Meanwhile, the Lakers are a decent road team, 4 games under 500, but they've had some good road wins. However, coming off a loss on Friday night in New Jersey against the Nets. Eric Snow is starting on Kobe Bryant. Snow has played him well over the years as Bryant misses his first.
Well, both teams today are not great shooting teams. They rank in the mid 1/3. And what you have to say is at one end, you're going to see a lot of posting up with Ilgauskas and pick and rolls from the wings for Cleveland.
Nice little spin move from Zydrunas Ilgauskas, but can't finish. Bryant pushing the ball up.
Now we know that the Lakers will stay in that triangle offense, but also remember they will run a lot of screen and rolls from both wings.
Bryant Cook throws up the air ball, much to the delight of the crowd, and Flip Murray can't get it to go. Of course, Murray, one of the newest members of the Cavs. They push it up now to L.A., and Smush Parker able to put it in.
Yeah, you cannot fall asleep with the Lakers this year with Smush Parker out there. He'll release early, and with he and Kobe Bryant, they can run a two-man break. You must take advantage of their slow people in their front line.
Smush Parker, the third-year point guard out of Fordham. He started every game this year for the Lakers. They didn't expect that when the season started, but he's performed admirably as Ilgauskas gets it to go. If you had to name one other key player besides LeBron James, who has to come every night and give them the scoring?
Oh, it's definitely Ilgauskas. There's no doubt about that. But then the bench. They need production off the bench night in and night out. The points along with the rebounding.
Cook knocks it down. Cook has had a occasional hot hand, and that's been the problem for both teams in that they've gotten some nice play from the bench and from some of the other starters, but not on a consistent basis.
Well, it's difficult when you realize that Kobe Bryant attempts 26 shots a game, and then at the other end, LeBron James takes 23. So some nights you can be out of the mix according to the tempo of the game.
Kwame Brown guarding Ilgauskas. Brown has actually done some good things defensively recently. Does a good job that time.
I like the strategy. They're going right at Kwame Brown.
And Parker once again in the open floor.
Now this is an Achilles heel this year of Cleveland. They do not get back. Now they're going. Right now you can see that the Lakers are going to test their transition defense.
Mike Brown, the first-year head coach for the Cavs, is a defensive guy as James tries to get it inside. Nice pass, and Gooden with the strong finish. Brown has been trying to get this Cavalier team to play with the same intensity on the defensive end as they do at the other end of the floor.
If you're playing with LeBron James, just keep your arms up above your waist, and at any last second when he elevates, look for a pass.
Meanwhile, Brown gets a nice pass and able to finish strong, and the Lakers with a 4-point lead. Lakers will play the Celtics tomorrow night, so this is a quick 3-game East Coast swing for LA. After this, a majority of the rest of their schedule is home, although they play against some tough teams. Odom deflects it out of bounds.
Well, they have 14 games remaining, Mike, after today. 10 will be at home. And like you said, the degree of difficulty will be high in the home games because they're matched up a lot with the San Antonios and the Phoenix and the plus 500 teams.
Another nice pass. James feeding beautifully to Ilgauskas.
Yeah, you can see that right there. They're the remaining games. Naturally, there'll be a lot of pressure on them. They must win them because we know that Sacramento is hot right now in the 7th position, a game ahead of the Lakers. But then also you have Utah creeping up. Can Utah sustain it?
Pretty shot from Bryant for his first field goal. Bryant has not been shooting the ball all that well recently. Last 6 games, about 38%. One of the stories going around LA is that he's a bit tired, and he's admitted he's a bit tired. Playing a lot of minutes recently. Flip Murray gets inside. Wild shot.
Yeah, bad angle. Very bad angle. He lost his balance and then puts up a bad left-handed shot.
Good deflection in the turnover. Gooden carried it. Drew Gooden, the power forward for the Cavs, coming off the season high 23 points on Friday night. They beat Portland here in Cleveland.
Drew Gooden is a little under the weather. He does not have the flu, but he's got a very heavy cold. He had a great night, like you just said, Mike, on Friday, and they need his production. You know, you have Ilgauskas, he's going to score for you, but then Drew is like that X-factor guy.
Cook a couple of fakes. Good defense from Gooden that time.
Yeah, always jam Cook. Force Cook to dribble the basketball. Never let him catch the ball and do a catch-and-shoot situation.
James starts with Lamar Odom on him. Kobe Bryant will guard him a bit, and there's the steal.
Now, great anticipation by Kobe. Kobe in the top 10 in the league in steals.
Brown. James is on Odom. Bad pass, but it's kicked, so they'll reset the shot clock to 14.
If we throw the ball into you in the post and you catch the ball, Kwame Brown, you have to be able to do something. You just can't catch the ball and throw the ball out. You're not being double teamed. So if they catch you in a one-on-one situation, force Ilgauskas to play you today. Take him strong to the rim.
Brown, of course, the former #1 pick with Washington, has had his ups and downs in his career. He's done some decent things defensively, as we said, as Bryant drills another one. But he has been very inconsistent on the offensive end.
Well, there's no way that you're going to stop Kobe. That's why I brought out the point. He attempts 26 shots a game. He's only shooting 44% from the field. But the big thing is you got to take him, force him into the jump shooting game, keep him out of getting into the paint, because that's where he's dangerous.
Ilgauskas.
Pretty.
Murray lost it. Gooden tried to keep it alive. Brown comes away. Lakers looking to run at every opportunity. Cook runs the floor, spots up, and not that time. This is the second meeting of the season between the two. They played in L.A. back on January 12th. Lakers won by a point as Kobe Bryant got hot late in the game. Ilgauskas had his best game scoring-wise of the season against them, and he's got 2 there.
Well, any time that Kwame Brown or Cook pick Ilgauskas up in the post, you've got to go down inside, because Ilgauskas is one of the few players in the league who shoots over 84 on the line, as well as over 50 from the field.
Smush Parker, and Parker off to a good start. Again, Parker, when they signed him as a free agent, they thought he was going to be a backup, play about 20 minutes a game. They had their sights on some other veterans, but they weren't able to sign the other veterans, and he's turned into a pretty solid starting guard.
Now, anytime you average double figures and you shoot a high percentage, you're doing your job.
Flip Murray does his job there. As the team's exchanging baskets, of course, Murray acquired because of Larry Hughes' injury. Hughes still out. He was supposed to be the second banana to LeBron James, but still out with that broken finger.
Right. When you look at Murray, Mike, the way to look at it is the guy's playing 39 minutes a game. That's incredible.
Parker again. Smush Parker. Now 4 for 4, and he's got 10 points already.
I like this. This is a good timeout by Mike Brown. The catch, close the guy out defensively, force him to put the ball down. Can he score off the dribble?
Right, the Lakers haven't won or lost more than 2 in a row. Gooden gets inside, draws the foul, and an example of that was just recently they beat the Spurs in San Antonio.
And when you are fighting for a play for 48 minutes, you took the game for granted.
And of course, they didn't make the playoffs last year. First time in Kobe Bryant's career he wasn't in the postseason. And the Lakers have not missed the playoffs consecutive seasons since way back in '75 and '76.
Well, the biggest upset in this game so far, as we're marching towards 8 minutes played, is the fact that LeBron James has not attempted a field goal.
He has his 3 assists as the Lakers throw it away. Second turnover. Bryant talking to Brian Cook. Kobe Bryant can at times be harsh on his teammates.
Oh, yeah, well, look, everyone leads in a different way. Some guys are very quiet. They just play by example. Other guys are very vocal. This is a patched up group that they have out on the floor right now.
Ilgauskas in Brown playing very physical. Ilgauskas can't finish. Gooden keeps it alive. Ilgauskas gets the points, but credit Gooden's effort.
Well, in Ilgauskas and Gooden, you have 2 guys who average over 3 offensive rebounds a game. That's a lot, Mike. And so you must pay attention. When that shot goes up, the body must go on those 2 people.
The versatile Lamar Odom. Bryant wants to post up. Tough shot falling away. And it goes over the backboard. Eric Snow defended him a lot over the years down Philadelphia. Many years ago, when Snow played for Philadelphia, Bryant said that Eric Snow played him better than anybody in the NBA.
Well, everyone has certain players that they respect because they anticipate their quickness. They have quick feet. They do an excellent job with them physically with their bodies. Now, in his, he has great respect for Snow. What I like early is that Kobe has not been able to get to the rim.
Snow, meanwhile, tried the lob and threw it away. Second turn, check that third turnover for Cleveland. 5-point Laker lead.
Well, so you've got to exhaust this. And that is Kobe realizes that he hasn't gotten to the rim, so he has posted up the last 2 times against Eric Snow.
Good help defense that time to force the turnover. Danielle Marshall and Damon Jones have checked in for Cleveland. Luke Walton now comes back in, and Walton's starting to be a productive player again. He'd been hurt earlier in the season.
Well, he's so versatile. The fact that he's 6'8", he's an outstanding passer. He can make the 3-point shot, and then he is totally unselfish. He can make the play in traffic.
James on a hard drive. Tough falling away shot.
Yeah, tough shot. Tough shot.
Lakers shooting very well from the field, 61%, and a beautiful pass, an easy 2 for Brown.
Well, they're doing a terrific job early in this game of looking on the break, and if it is not there on the uncontested layup, then looking for the trailer coming down the middle of the lane.
9 field goals, 9 assists for the Lakers. James double team. Danielle Marshall, they would love for him to get hot. He's been struggling from the field recently. And again, LeBron James just 1 attempt so far here in the first quarter. Brown not even looking to shoot. Parker, nice feed inside. Snow trying to knock it away. Terrific effort from Snow, who calls timeout.
Eric Snow on the last 2 Laker possessions has made 2 terrifics. Comes down to the ball, really rolling around. He's laid a couple up there very soft. He's 4 for 7 from the field. And the other guys are getting nice shots and good angles. But through the course of this game, he will open up and the shots will come his way.
Damon Jones misses an open look and a loose ball foul called. It's going to go against the Cavaliers. Jones, they need to get him going 3-point shooting. Of course, such a big year last year with Miami, just has not found the consistency this season here in Cleveland. It says everything's going to be okay. Very confident player.
Yeah, well, you can't knock down over 200 threes in a season and not be confident like he did last year.
And not hesitant, that's for sure.
Exactly right.
Smush Parker's been confident early, not that time. And Berejan, their energy man, off the bench already with a board. Marshall.
Nice.
Lost it. And Bryant releases down the other end. And a foul. Eric Snow mad at himself as Bryant with a chance for a 3-point play.
Now think about it. That's their 3rd layup in this quarter on a 1-man fast break. This is their first foul shot attempt. What I like, every time the Lakers get the ball, they're looking long. They're looking long, and then they're giving the ball up. They are not wasting precious seconds to allow the Cleveland defense to retreat by dribbling the basketball. Always pass the ball ahead.
So Bryant will shoot his first free throw attempt. We talked earlier about how often he gets to the line, but last 3 games he's only been to the line a combined 8 8 times in the 3 games combined.
Sometimes, Mike, you brought it out earlier now, fatigue will have a lot to do with that. You'll settle for the jump shot rather than going strong to the basket because of the physical punishment that's being doled out.
Every single night that he deals with it. As Rajon stripped, knocked away, trying it again, out of bounds, Laker ball.
Now, in the official stats, right now they have Cleveland with 2 offensive rebounds. Now, you know, already they have been on that glass. Now, the ball has been deflected away from them. The Lakers must pay attention over the next 3 quarters. You do not want to give up the easy second shot.
Odom fires away and knocks down the 3. Lamar Odom's been shooting beautifully recently, and it's an 8-0 run by the Lakers. They're up by 13.
Anytime you guard Lamar, you know that you're not safe off the dribble. He's a dynamite. He can post up, and then he is always a 3-point threat.
James trying to get himself going, and there it is, his first field goal, and he does it with under a minute remaining in the period.
Well, I think Lamar Odom said something to him because that was a very difficult shot. Lamar's done an excellent job on LeBron. Now remember, now Odom is at 6'9" with long arms.
That's not an easy shot either with a guy right on you, and he makes it look easy. Kobe Bryant now 4 of 6 from the field, and he also has 4 assists.
Now the Laker output already 28 points. And you're just saying, you know, the quarter's not over. They should get 1 more possession here. You're talking 28, 30 points on the road in the first quarter. You're very happy with your club. Now that is a very difficult shot, and right up on him, Lamar. And right here, this was to send a message to Eric Snow. I'm going to turn and shoot quick so that Eric Snow on the next catch with Bryant will close down on him. And then Kobe will try to take him to the basket off the dribble.
Brian, who studies so much film, it's not just athletic ability. He's big, a very big film guy, watching opponents' tendencies, looking for bad habits he picks up. James forces up. Oh, he puts in the 3-pointer.
Holy, you cannot play him any tougher than that. What a shot.
I was ready to say that's a bad shot from James, and he nails it. So back-to-back buckets for James. Back-to-back buckets for Bryant.
This guy, Kobe, whatever his last name is, he has the feel.
Murray online but short, and that'll end. A little bit of anything you can do, I can do better.
The best player in our game today, in my opinion. The way that he approached the game every night and the way he carries his team, you know, to try to win basketball games is unbelievable.
I think he's just gifted. I think he's truly gifted. I think that, you know, to be able to have the size that he has, you know, the speed, the mobility.
You know, he's been in every game situation, and I haven't been in every game situation yet, and he's succeeded at it. So, you know, that's where it comes to him having that killer instinct, because he knows what it takes.
It gets lost a little bit, players that can understand concepts, how to think the game as it's going on. And, you know, that's what I see when I watch LeBron play.
Their positions, they are quick, they have the size, and then they have the decision-making. But you always have to go back to the fact LeBron James is only in his 3rd year. We kind of want to miss that point. Kobe is in his 10th season, so naturally he's been put into many difficult, pressurized situations.
Well, James hitting a lot of difficult shots as he's hit his last 3 from the field. You expect perfection all the time from him. It's astounding the numbers he's put up at this age and with the team that he's been on, you.
Oh, absolutely. Now, that was a beautiful move. Rajon played him very soft. I think he underestimated the young fella. Bynum just made a beautiful drop-step, strong move. Now, you're the Lakers, you're happy. You've got 32 points. You have 12 assists. Everything is going well for you.
Luke Walton, good rebound in traffic. And the Bynum you referred to, of course, Andrew Bynum, the youngest player ever to play in the NBA. As a reach-in foul, Bynum's only 18 years old, played high school ball at St. Joseph's in New Jersey, and a rookie, their first-round pick, who's going to get minutes now with Mim out.
Well, now this is just a nice move. Now watch the drop step, strong and stepping through. Long, he's long, man, long arms.
Let's send it over to Lisa.
Andrew Bynum, just 18 years old, and he's probably got the most well-known name in basketball tutoring him. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, hired by the Lakers to work exclusively with Bynum this season. And he said Kareem has taught him everything from the fundamentals to footwork, defense, offense. He's even trying to teach him the skyhook. Right now, he says the skyhook is a little flat, and he's trying to get a little arch on it. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has nothing but great things to say about this kid, Mike.
Yeah, and Lisa Bynum has shown some signs at times, knocking it loose, lost it that time. Marshall puts it in. She talked about Kareem. Somebody close to you, of course, you coached when you were with Milwaukee.
Well, as an assistant, I had the opportunity to be around Kareem, and he was absolutely outstanding. He won the MVP 4 times in, like his first 5 years in the league.
That's not bad.
No, I would think so. But the thing that I was always amazed at is how hard he worked on his pivot game, especially in the exhibition 30 days. All of the moves that he would work, he would put a rebound ring inside of the regular basket, so you would have total frustration. But when you would take the rebound ring out, then naturally it looked like the Atlantic Ocean. That was his statement.
And another turnover by the Cavs.
Pretty.
And right now the basket looking like the Atlantic Ocean for the Lakers. They are shooting an incredible number from the field on the road, 74%.
Well, Mike Brown is very upset right now. This is another good timeout. He's to the defense. Everyone's saying, well, it's the 16 points that he gets you a game. Well, it's also the defense and the fact that he's one of the best steal people that we have in the league. And it also will increase your fast break with LeBron James and Hughes out in the open floor.
The NBA in steals. Meanwhile, Kwame Brown steals at his own. That was a career high Friday night, a victory over Portland. He's getting better defensively, LeBron James, and it's hard for a young guy to learn the league.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every night you're going up against a scorer at that small forward or a 2-guard position.
Luke Walton able to drop it in.
It's too easy, okay? Being an ex-coach in the league, you're really upset with your guys. Will you please close the people out and stop allowing them to get these uncontested shots?
You
okay?
have steam coming out of your ears.
Oh, well, come on. I mean, you want if Cleveland's coming back here, it's not going to come back offensively. You must get some steals, you must get some blocks, you must get to hold them to one shot of it. Right now they're shooting over 70%.
But there's no need to punch me after they don't. They throw it inside. Bynum gathers himself, and a nice move from the rookie. Odom with a good pass, and it's incredible. They're 19 for 25. That's 76%. They've made their last 10 shots.
I like what Bynum's doing. Come on, the young fella just came in the game. Mim is out with a badly sprained ankle and will be out probably for another 7 to 10 days.
Daniel Marshall has a 3.
Well, he can do that. We know that for them, he will attempt when he comes in off the bench at least 5 threes a game, and he's a guy that is a streak shooter.
Well, this is the end of the floor that they need improvement on. Again, Odom posting up James. Nice little lefty shot. That's 11 straight. By the way, the NBA record for best field goal percentage of the game is 70%. That was way back in '83. Spurs did it against Dallas. Not that I'm getting ahead of myself here. But it's incredible how easy. It didn't look so easy, but LeBron James able to put it in and draw the foul.
Now that's that. He just has such great upper body strength. You're talking 6'8", 245, 250, and then the acrobatic move at the end. The fact that he can take the ball and put it in his one hand, take the contact, and then make the basket by playing the board.
When you talk about his size, of course, he was a very good football player in high school in addition to being a basketball player. We talked about him yesterday. He lights up when he talks about football. As Odom nails a 3. That's 12 straight makes. They're 21 of 27 from the field.
Everyone in the building is saying they're going to get cold. Well, you better start playing a little defense, because right now they're like shooting fish in a barrel.
Damon Jones, shot clock winding down. Bad pass and a turnover.
Look out, give it up, give it up.
Smush Parker running the floor. And they finally miss one. James gathers himself.
That was great
for 3. And Damon Jones puts it. He really sees the floor so well.
And remember now, Mike, he had difficulty getting a handle on that ball. He runs the ball down, and he still has the presence. As soon as he got it, he looks up, and great peripheral vision. He picks up Jones in the deep left corner.
Ball deflected. Ilgauskas then with the block. Signs of defense from the Cavs.
Here we go. People want to get in this game.
LeBron James. Oh, tough drive. Slicing between two Lakers.
Were we worrying about his shot attempts? Were we somehow, all of a sudden, he is the focus here.
I was pretty good, honestly. I was recruited by every college football team in America, and I got football scholarships to play wide receiver. My junior year, I led the state in receiving yards and touchdowns. I think I did a great job of playing a little football. I kind of miss it.
Yeah, I'd like to tackle him. Get out of my way. Holy mackerel.
Now, wait a second. He said wide receiver now at 6'8", 240, all right? And then we also know that in this league, I know Steve Nash made the statement I thought was great. From end line to end line, name me a guy who's quicker in this league than LeBron James.
Yep.
Now you put him out there in a flanker with those great hands, right, and the speed against those 5'8" to 6'1", defensive backs. It would have been interesting.
Because of his size, you forget about that speed. Flip Saunders told us a few weeks ago he thinks he's end to end maybe the fastest guy in the league. There's a pretty good tight end. The Browns' Kellen Winslow Jr.
Well, we're seeing like 2 out of 3 possessions now. We're seeing Cleveland pick up the defense, anticipating the passes into the post and getting the necessary deflections.
Earlier, it was 0 out of 3 possessions.
Right.
It wasn't just that the Lakers were shooting well. They were wide open. Ilgauskas, shot clock down to 4. Draws a foul. Nice play from the veteran Ilgauskas, the 2-time All-Star.
And we all know that when you put a big man in that.
And Rockets from Houston on Tuesday on TNT. It's the Rockets and the Mavs from Dallas, followed by Phoenix playing at Utah. Coverage beginning at 8. Utah, one of the teams that's going to be battling the Lakers for that final playoff spot.
Well, they're hanging right in there. They have a big game tonight at Memphis.
Odom kicks it out. Cavs on a 7-0 run right now. Nice feed from Parker. Kwame Brown rushed it, but he drew a foul.
Up to Chris Mim. Chris Mim, we know, is out with the severe ankle injury, and he's in a boot right now, and we say 7 to 10 days.
Kwame, let's go to Lisa.
Well, Mike, guy he wants to be, as Hubie was saying, he thinks that Kwame Brown is a great defender, a great rebounder, and he says every team needs a player like that. But the question that I do have for Hubie is, shouldn't the Lakers be getting more offensively out of Kwame Brown, Hubie?
Well, that comes down to the player and the offense. And then that's why we said also, anytime that you're a backup, you're getting minutes, but they're key players. You're going to go to 3 main positions. Now, you know Kobe's going to get his 26 shots. You know Lamar Odom is going to get his points. And then Smush Parker is also a double-figure guy who is shooting a solid percentage. So there are only so many shots available for the other 2 guys who are in a 5-man rotation.
The last foul on Snow is LeBron James who come in. And Kwame Brown, again, he was the first overall pick right out of high school back in 2001. Played his first 4 years with the Wizards, but they were tired of him. They traded him to L.A. for Caron Butler and Chucky Atkins. He did not live up to expectations. Had some problems with teammates. Had to be suspended last year. Him and Gilbert Arenas weren't seeing eye to eye. Well, he's getting a fresh start in L.A. and trying to make the most of it as Brian hits another tough shot.
See, that's so frustrating, but you have to realize that Eric Snow is giving Kobe 3 to 4 inches, and then the length of the arms. The offensive player always has the advantage on the elevation, and then he's going to shoot up over the top.
Boy, Snow sets up good and beautifully.
Yep.
Can't convert, but Ilgauskas right there. Kwame Brown looking for a charge. It's Adrunas Ilgauskas.
See, they're starting to wear the Lakers down and getting the second shot attempts. Knocking the ball free, getting the ball, and then scoring.
They've cut the lead now down to 12 after it was up by as many as 18. And Snow with a reach-in foul. That's going to be his 3rd. And they're now in the penalty.
Now, that was a smart move by a veteran guy.
2 consecutive free throws.
You would think that the guy would be in the top 10 or top 5. That's 20th in the NBA. Think about that a second.
In the last couple of years, we've seen a number of good free throw shooters, guys over 90%. You'd go a stretch where there wouldn't be anybody over 90%.
Well, we have 4 right now doing it, and you love to see it because that's the easiest way to score.
Ilgauskas. Jonas Ilgauskas, as we mentioned, he had a season-high 29 in the first meeting against the Lakers as the Cavs lost by 1. He's got 14.
Just keep moving. When your man leaves you to double-team LeBron James, move to the basket, get your arms up, because the ball will be in your hands in a split second.
And Devin George making an appearance, a surprise appearance. We didn't think he was going to play today. And a reach-in foul.
2-point shooting, and also the fact that he can get out on the break. Now, staff, because they need him. They need he and Mim, because when they go to those 10 home games, Mike, pressure's going to be on to win against those over 500 teams.
And as you said, he's one of the players that has played in a lot of pressure games with this team. Lead is 13 right now for the Lakers. Just under 4 to play in the second. Along with Hubie Brown and Lisa Salters. Mike bring it on hand. In Cleveland, nice feed from Ilgauskas, and James trying to draw the foul, gets it back, and he's hammered.
Now, if you've been watching closely now, anytime now in this first half, Cleveland shoots, if you notice, they might not catch the rebound, but they deflect the rebound. Now, keep an eye on this right now. You're going to see Drew Gooden coming back in there. See, you're in contact. The thing is to keep the third or fourth putback.
Of course, his goal, he says this year, it's not about the individual numbers, it's getting to the playoffs. Breaker. And he says he talks to his teammates every day about making sure they get to the playoffs.
Well, this guy's all about winning. He's so unselfish. And when you think of the fact that at his size, he's playing 41 minutes a game, it's absolutely, amazing. And the production night in and night out. When you say 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, you are saying a mouthful. Because if you can finish with those numbers, you will be in the same sentence once again with Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan, and then Jerry West.
Meanwhile, physical play. Ilgauskas taking a shot. Remember when we were in Detroit, he took that shot from Rasheed Wallace that opened up a cut, but he's going to shoot some free throws.
Now keep an eye right there. Now that was accidental. You can see that right there. The defensive player was trying to reach out and get a hand on a player to kind of soften the fact that he was going to the floor.
So Ilgauskas will go to the line, as we mentioned, been to 2 all-star teams, has really developed into a good player. 9 games a year, didn't play at all 2 different years, and it was just a matter, but he just stayed with it. We always saw his talent, but now his feet are good. He's playing almost every game, and look what he's put up on the board.
That's right. He put up the pain. He accepted the operations. He never gave up on himself, and now he's just right back in the groove. He's having a career season with points, rebounds, shot blocking, the whole package. Very happy for him because he's a wonderful young man.
Last 4 years, he's only missed 7 games. As James and Bryant going at it pretty good there. Good help defense from Kwame Brown, and Bryant with the steal.
Well, right there, Kwame Brown got away with a bang on LeBron James.
And Parker fouled and makes the basket. But Bryant played James very physically. But look at James, he's not arguing at all.
No, he's not saying anything. But just watch now as he makes his move to the baseline. Watch to the left. You're going to see Kwame Brown come in here. All right there. Okay, now you can see he flops back, but there was contact, which forced him right back into Bryant.
And Smush Parker having a very nice game, completes the 3-point play. Parker with 13. Parker's hit the 20-point mark 9 times this year.
The Lakers are a team, Mike, that only average 20 assists a game. And already they are almost at 20.
19 on 23 field goal attempts. Part of it's nice Laker defense. A lot of it was very poor Cavalier defense earlier. As James misfires, Laker offense, obviously. 14-point game. A little over 2.5 remaining here in the second. Bryant, another tough shot. Nails another. Kobe Bryant, 8 for 11 from the field. He's got 19.
One of his favorite spots. Once he gets there, you know it's going up.
See Parker defending Murray. Smush Parker, a good defensive player, too. James just kind of floats it up there.
At halftime, Bryant. Transition defense of Cleveland has got to be addressed.
What do you think so far of the Kobe Bryant, LeBron James show?
Well, it's certainly interesting. It's nice to watch the offense. Also good to watch the defense against each other.
This is going to be a big off-season for you. You picked up the option on LeBron James, but after next season, he would become a restricted free agent. What do you have to do to sign this kid?
Well, I think that Danny Ferry and his team, as well as Mike Brown and their team, are doing all the right things, and that's really just showing, whether it's LeBron or anybody, that Cleveland Cavaliers are a championship organization, one that is going to do what it takes to win championships. And I think we've shown that, and I think LeBron James is seeing that and understands that.
What has he said to you about his intentions at this point?
Well, we try not to really, talk those kinds of specifics before the season's over, and let them focus on the game and on the season. So, but all indications are that LeBron's happy here, and we're certainly happy with him, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we have him for his career.
All right, thanks a lot for your time. Mike, back to you.
All right, Lisa. LeBron happy that he re-signs Adrimas. Ilgauskas is having some game. Murray, great move, but Bryant throws it right back at him. Ilgauskas playing very well, keeping the Cavs in the game, and George unable to hit. You can see just Rusty out there. James, hard drive, and a foul. LeBron James and Ilgauskas have 33 of the Cavs' 46 points.
Now that was the first fast break basket for Cleveland. Now here's this. This is just a great break by Kobe, a good block, and then they looked up the floor, they attacked the basket, and at this end of the floor, this is a fast break. He's just taking it 1 against 3, and he's scoring. Now that is their first 2 points on the break in this game.
And again, despite the fact that the Lakers shooting the ball so well, they were up over 70% for much of the half. This could cut it now to 11. They've missed free throws. They're 8 of 14, so they've missed 6 free throws, so they're right there.
Now they've had a lot of easy chances, Mike. The line, and then in the painted area, and then in second chance points. They're dominating there, 8-0.
Oh, boy. Puts it in again.
Boy, is this young man doing it. He's 9 for 13 from the floor, but the majority of the baskets have all been outside of 15 feet.
He's had some big games here in this building. Scored 47 back in 2001 when it was the Gund Arena. Same building as James, able to put it in. He's got 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And again, the Cavs back within 11.
Now Lamar Odom is just shaking his head because Lamar cannot play this guy any better than how he's playing him. He's right up in his face, and then but what happens with the quick movement of the body and the elevation?
James on Bryant as we wind down the half. Tough shot with a hand in his face, not that time. Ball knocked loose. Last touch by, it appeared, Luke Walton. No, they say Pavlovich. First half so far. Comes off the screen, fires away the 3. It's good. Kobe Bryant at the buzzer, falling away with a hand in his face.
I did say make sure that you force them into a jump shot, but I did not say a 10, a degree of difficulty, a 10 falling out of bounds.
24 points for Bryant, 10 of 15 from the field.
How about this? Look at this, falling out of bounds.
James is right all over him.
Oh, it's been a great half when you think of the baskets that he has made today. And then also LeBron James at the other end. We have seen some great shooting.
And he's with Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Kobe, 2 seconds left to go in the half, and you launched that one. Take me through that play.
Well, we just drew up a good play. I just wanted to make sure I had a good angle to get my passer a good angle to get me the ball in that situation.
Well, this was billed as the Kobe and LeBron show, and you're certainly living up to your end. What gets you so excited about games like this, matchups like this?
You know what? I'm excited about that every single game. I just get pumped up every single night, and tonight's no different for me. I'm glad that up 82 games.
Even playing defense, I could see it in your eyes when you were guarding LeBron. You got that one steal late in the second half. How do plays like that just motivate you?
I take pride in my defense, period. Whether it's LeBron or anybody else, I enjoy playing defense.
Thanks a lot. Good luck in the second half.
He actually said this was a good angle.
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, we said he's been knocking him in the corners. They're absolutely outstanding. Now, this is just a normal release from him right now. It's just step inside. Now, on the defense on the double team, he gets away with a nice steal. Now, watch the block set out on that fast break. Now, then LeBron, who we were worried about, had very few shots in the first quarter, comes to life. 7 for 15, but most important, very, very tough angled shots. Now, this is how the half ends. Now, just look at the body and the extension of LeBron James, and then the acrobatic shot that goes in, and then how at the other end, LeBron.
See the numbers, and again, the assists as well from the two high scorers as we send it over to Lisa Salters.
Well, if he doesn't pick up, it's going to be a very long day for us. Mike?
Yeah, Lisa, and Yumi, they had that stretch early where they were just flat defensively, came out a little bit better. But you're surprised in a game like this that they didn't have more to begin.
Yeah, but everything comes down to the chemistry of the defensive end of the floor, the personality of your ball club, whether you have guys who want to get in the face of people and bang them around physically.
It's all a part of developing toughness for a young team.
Right.
As Flip Murray hits the two-pointer.
That's a very good point. Plus the fact that they could not get any fast break baskets. We know that Cleveland at halftime only had 3 points. Say why? Well, the opposition shoots over 63%. Well, naturally, there are very few misses, and you're not forcing any turnovers.
Parker, shot clock down to 7. Bryant wants the ball. Shot clock down to 3. Quick turnaround, that's a 2. Not that time. And James with his 5th rebound. LeBron James pulls up, puts it in. 21 for LeBron James.
Now, LeBron is 2 for 2 in three-point attempts. Now, he'll take them. He's not a really high percentage. He's in the low 30s, but he's going to get it up there, and he'll take at least 4 or 5 a game on you. So you must pay attention in the open floor.
And they've got it down to single digits, the deficit. They've cut it in half. It was 18 at one point. Odom inside Kwame Brown.
Pass. Now that was an incredible pass. It was Lamar Odom's 8th assist in this game. 8. He leads both teams.
And Odom, one of those guys that just got so much versatility. Ilgauskas with 8 on the shot clock. A couple of spins. And 20 for Ilgauskas.
Mike, he does it in slow motion, but he is going to get to the area that he wants to go for a high percentage shot. Now this is just, he reads the defense so well. But the big thing is he has more than
years old against this young guy, Kwame Brown. After the Lakers beat the Timberwolves, he said that kid played a heck of a basketball game. He also did a solid job on Tim Duncan recently. But Ilgauskas is using all his expertise here this afternoon. Nice pass inside. Ilgauskas with his first assist.
Yeah, Cleveland needs for a third guy to step out. LeBron James and Ilgauskas are doing a heavy number here. Now, Gooden, we know, is capable. He can get you 14, 15 points in any game, and also he's one of the better rebounders in the league. But he must get involved.
James forcing Odom. Odom gets inside, long strides, but can't finish. Cavs have hit their first 4 shots from the field to begin the third quarter. James, that's a 2. Seen a couple of different defenders, including Eric Snow. Inside, flips it.
Get out now. You have an advantage because Kobe is still down at the other end.
Ball thrown behind. Murray draws the foul.
Nice.
To community college in Mississippi for 2 years, then transferred to Philadelphia Community College. Drafted in the 2nd round from Milwaukee. Sat on the bench, and he said that was a big part of his learning curve as he watched a number of their guards like Ray Allen and Sam Cassell. Then that trade to Seattle started to open things up, and now he's a Cavalier. And they need his scoring.
Oh, they do. And he's doing a good job. He's averaging right at 13 points. But the big thing is he's playing 39 minutes. And naturally that is because of the unavailability of Larry Hughes. Once that comes back, then you would be able to have Murray on the bench coming in and giving you a real shot in the arm point-wise with that second unit.
Murray here in Cleveland still living in a hotel. It's part of life in the NBA when you get traded mid-season. Snow really crowding Bryant. Doesn't go for the fake. Excellent defense from Eric Snow. Cavs suddenly within 6. And Bryant, a reach-in foul. Kobe Bryant, who's 10th in the NBA in steals that time, got a piece of the arm.
Now, you look up at the scoreboard. It's a 6-point game.
It's hard to believe.
That's exactly right. Because you're just sitting here, and if you're a Laker fan, you say, boy, we're really killing these people. But What's happening now is you're coming down. You're not shooting a high percentage. You're getting bad angles. Degree of difficulty to shot, very low.
Lebron not that time, and Bryant rips down his 4th rebound.
Yeah, the Lakers have got to get going here right now. Get their offense in gear. Move, stay within what you were doing. You're getting high percentage shots.
Cook can't connect. James crossover, lost it that time. Tried to force it. And Smush Parker fouled from behind by Flip Murray to prevent the fast break.
Now, very good foul. Smart, high IQ that time. Stop the break. Let him take it out on the side. No threat of the penalty. Nowhere even close. And then it saves you a 2-on-1.
Obviously, it's early, those numbers in the second half, but you can see a difference in intensity defensively for the Cavs so far.
Well, you're at home. You're trying to wake up your team at halftime. You say a lot of things. You got to be strong in that locker room, and then you have to embarrass them with the physical effort because they've got to come back at the defensive end.
Brown misses, and Gooden his 6th board.
On the road, Mike, it's very difficult over 82 games to sustain a high shooting percentage of 60% or more. You know that you're going to hit a low. The thing now for the Lakers, you need your defense to sharpen up so that it'll keep you ahead in this game.
Gooden fires in. Flips it in a little English. And the Cavaliers have climbed back from 18 down within 4.
Yeah, see, Drew can do it for you. Drew can take it off the dribble. He's got that nice 17, 18-foot jump shot, and then he's clever around the basket.
Bill Jackson letting him play through this. It's a 13-3 run for the Cavs. Cook a line drive.
Whenever you play a standstill shooter, the cardinal sin is to run at him, jump in the air as he fakes and you go out of bounds, and then he just spots up and shoots. You go right into his chest and force him to put the ball on the floor.
Cardinal sin committed, and Cook took advantage. Gooden isolated. Tough shot. And Odom snatches it with the left hand.
Well, Odom's having a solid game here. High points, the assists we told you already with the 8, and then he's pushing close to 10 rebounds.
Bryant to post up. Waiting for that single coverage. James goes to double. Shot clock at 5. Now Bryant not making the tough shots that he did in the first half.
Well, I give Cleveland a lot of credit. The jump shots have all been, Mike, 15 feet out, and they're not making them.
Just past the midway point here in the 3rd. Lakers look like they were dominating this game. James goes in strong. No help defense there.
I like the fact that he didn't settle for the jump shot. You want to see LeBron this half. Stop settling for the jump shot. Continue to attack off the dribble. You'll get on the line or you'll get a good high execution play. Kobe working hard to post up Eric Snow.
Snow doing a good job denying.
Yes,
and there's another turnover.
Yep.
Cavs defense turning it around here in the 3rd. Pass deflected. Flip Murray. Foul. And 2 more free throws. And the Cavs defense has inspired the crowd a little bit. A sellout here in Cleveland. They were quiet in the first half. Wrong. What doesn't he do as opposed to all things he does do? You nitpick and try and find things that a guy can't do or hasn't done yet.
Well, with LeBron James, I just keep coming back to, listen, stop it already. The guy's averaging 36 rebounds, all right, and 6 assists, and he might end up with 7 and 7. And then I say to them, he's an intelligent player because when he gets double and triple teamed at the end of games, he passes the ball to the free player. Now it's up to the free player to make the shot. Now, if he ends up with, we say, 36 and 6, how about Oscar Robertson and Michael Jordan and then Jerry West? So you're in a company. Now, we're not talking about one season. We're talking about 55 plus years of this league.
And he's only 21 years old as Walton had it deflected out of bounds. Crowd doesn't like the call. Lakers will inbound with 3 on the shot clock.
Big thing right now, Kobe's struggling. He's 0 for 4 in the quarter. But the rest of the guys have got to pick this up. Plus, see, right now, Eric Snow got away with holding him. And, that could have. Oh. How about that? Yes, indeed. What I like about it is he was 0 for 4. Well, he's not going to be 0 for 5. Okay? Because he's looking for that next shot.
26, alley.
Great.
Oh, Murray can't complete it.
Oh,
It was a perfect pass.
great play. Excellent play.
Kick ball by Gooden, so the Lakers will inbound. Let's look at Bryant's shot, though.
Now just watch. See, Eric Snow gets away right here. Now that could have been a foul call, and the ball is not inbounded yet. Now, not only does he make the shot in your face, but he makes a catch running at that speed, stops on a dime, and gets up in the air.
Hit it as the shot clock was expiring, and LeBron James has just picked up his third foul. Store.com. Odom misses the second, but as you said, Odom, terrific game, 14 points, 9 assists, 5 boards.
Yeah, he's got a great shot at a triple double because everyone talks about Kobe playing 41 minutes. Lamar Odom plays 40 minutes a game.
Bryant on Gooden and a travel. Kobe Bryant's aggressive defense forcing the turnover. Cavs not happy.
Now, right now, Drew Gooden is upset because he tried to do an inside move on Kobe, and Kobe came right up there. Just watch what happens here now. As he tries to make the inside move, as he makes the move, now he did not travel, okay? He did not travel because he kept his bigger foot on the floor.
Gooden gets the rebound.
So Drew Gooden has a right to be a little upset.
Mike Brown was as well. James, tough shot. And Smush Parker the rebound. Parker having a strong road game for the Lakers. The Lakers have had some pretty good road wins this season. Odom gets inside and a foul. Strong move from Odom. And he puts the Laker lead back up to 8.
At the top of the circle, there are very few power forwards in the league who can guard Lamar Odom when he does this. See, that's the part of his game. When you're coaching against the Lakers, this is a nightmare for you. I don't care how good a defender your power forward is. Lamar Odom, when he puts it down, the little advantage of being left-handed, you have to play him tight because he can make the three, and then with that long stride, and he plays the glass so well, Mike.
He just could score a lot of different ways. He can lead you on the break. He can post up. He can hit a three. In some ways, an underrated player. He's bounced around, started the first 4 years with the Clippers, then 1 year in Miami. Liked it in Miami, but was traded for Shaquille O'Neal, which you should feel good about if that's the guy part of the trade. And now in his second year with the Lakers. Damon Jones. Ilgauskas, the sweeping hook. Walton, speaking of guys who can lead a break, does a nice job and a hard foul from Ilgauskas on Smush Parker.
Or 11 down. It's great when you...
This year, I was in the NBA Development League, and now this year I'm completing a season where I've started every game for the Lakers. Said he always believed that he could make it in the league. He bounced around a little bit, also played in Greece, and now getting a chance to be the backcourt mate with Kobe Bryant.
Do you think that he thought he would be playing 34 minutes a game? Minus for both franchises.
There's Andrew Bynum back in. Gets it off to Walton. Bryant against Snow all over.
Oh,
Bryant gets past and backs it in. He looks, he wanted a foul.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he got hit. You could hear it over here. And we have headphones on. Okay, come on. All right. Now, right now, at this end of the floor, Cleveland has missed 10 foul shots already in this game. Plus, they have 11 turnovers. Now, these two things must improve if they're going to keep this thing within striking distance.
Damon Jones unable to connect. 13-point game. You see the high shooting percentage for the Lakers at 55%, but that's down from what it was earlier in the game. Vujacic. Not a smart pass that time. And the ball goes out.
Well, if I'm Walton, I'm going to say, big fella, you're supposed to make that catch. Okay, the ball hits you right in the hands. All right, so consequently, make that catch.
I want to know what his father would say, because his father always blamed the guards. But in this time, it's his son who's throwing the pass. James. Odom trying to force him. James gets inside. Can't get it to go. All kidding aside, though, Walton's had a solid game off the bench. He's been playing much better.
Cleveland doing a good job on the defensive glass. Oh, offensive foul.
Boy, Bryant got whacked several times. You see Verajon shaking up on the play. They call it on Bryant, his second foul, but it looked like he got hammered on his way to the basket.
I agree with you. And you can see Kobe. He's laughing about it, but, you know, inside he's crying. There he is right there. Snow naturally got part of the ball, but he went right across his chest. Right. Got him in the chest and in the hand. And then you get the offensive foul here. But Bryant, you know, should have definitely picked up the foul.
So 2 fouls on Bryant. Opening minutes here of the fourth quarter. Cavs have never led in this game. They've trailed by as many as 18 after a flat first half. James, a lot of outside shots now that they're settling for.
Well, once they got it to 5, Mike, you know, everything is slowed down.
Bryant again, looks like there was a lot of contact. This time puts it in. And Kobe Bryant now for the game with 32.
Now this is just Kobe all day. Once he decided that he's going to the rim, and you say, why did he change his game? Well, he scored. He's going strong to the basket. You can see with the 13 for 24, he started out 1 for 7. Now he's 3 for 9.
Averaging just under 35 a game for the season. James and Bryant both slowed down a little bit in the second half. Defense is really geared to try and stop him, and
so he's got to show to you today that he
games, as it's now a 14-point game. An important game here in Cleveland as the Lakers battling for that 8th and final playoff spot in the West, leading by 13. They've led the entire way by as many as 18. Of course, for the Cavaliers, trying to hold on to that 4th spot. Sasha Vujacic can't connect, and Daniel Marshall the rebound. LeBron James leading in scoring for the Cavs with 26. Kobe Bryant 32 for the Lakers.
Oh, look out.
Flip Murray with a pretty move. Cavs certainly enough time for another run.
Oh, Mike, you're 9 minutes in the game. You just want to be within, you know, 6 to 8 with 6 minutes to go. That way you've always got a shot. The game is at home.
Bryant. Walton battles. Walton kept that alive, and that's the first offensive rebound of the game for the Lakers. Granted, with their shooting percentage, they haven't had a lot of opportunities. But Bryant can't connect, and Ilgauskas the rebound.
Now, right now, they need a shot of energy. Cleveland needs a shot of that energy. Hold them to 1 shot, and then when you go strong. Just like that.
That's the energy from Flip Murray.
That's right. Murray's made 2 nice drives on the baseline here. You know, and what it does is it ignites the crowd. It gives energy to the people in the stands.
The crowd's been desperate for these kind of runs. James is now on Bryant. Haven't seen that very often, maybe only a couple of times, and they forced a turnover.
Kobe's really upset.
Murray inside.
Yes.
8-0 run now by the Cavs, and just like that, it's back to 7.
Yeah, Kobe has the right to complain. He was really stripped that time, but there was a ton of contact. Now, not only does he get fouled, but then you score at the other end.
James stays on him. Odom answers back.
Remember what we say, just clear out the side or give him the ball at the top of the circle. He will score every time in this game. The Cavs do not have a guy at that 4 position who can play him off the dribble.
Odom, terrific second fiddle this afternoon. He's got 23. James nearly came down with that one. Marshall stripped by Walton. Shot clock at 4. Ilgauskas methodically finding a way.
All right, now just tighten up. You got it to 7 now. You're inside of 8 minutes. You're in great shape. Now the defense has got to carry it.
Ilgauskas had 18 in the first half, just 4 in the second half, but that brings him back within 7. Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Flip Murray, who draws the foul.
Well, I like that. See, that was good IQ. They went right into the triangle. They posted Walton down inside on Murray, and Murray played behind him. No way can he play behind in that situation. He was only like 4 to 5 feet in front of the rim.
Schmus Parker returns. Vujacic takes a seat. It's only the first team foul, so Lakers will inbound. And Lakers just have not been able to get any kind of winning streak going since the All-Star break. Blocked from behind, Ilgauskas.
Yeah, but once again, Walton was open. That was a tough move because when Walton was able to gain control of the ball, he was underneath the rim.
Bryant now guarding James, and a foul call. Kobe Bryant will pick up his third. Most of the game they didn't guard each other. That's changing now here in the fourth. You surprised you?
No, not really, because, you know, Phil Jackson said that they would use a number of guys on him, Kobe being one of the people. Lamar Odom has played him most of the game, and then they also brought in Devin George to play him.
Odom is back on him. Jones.
No, way off. Way off.
And Kobe Bryant with his 6th rebound. Bryant gets inside and draws the foul.
To the basket. No way are you going to stop me. Now just watch as he challenges the big guys. He splits the 2 big defenders. And 2 of them.
Much on conditioning because of what you talked about. Not only does he have to shoot and do so much, but the pounding he takes every game.
And then he has to play a high scorer. Most 2 guards in this league are very high scorers. So consequently, he's constantly running at the defensive end, and at the offensive end, you want him to be perfect.
He's played all but 3 minutes here this afternoon. Jones, James, a 3. And Walton has made a number of nice plays for the Lakers.
Yes, he has. Well, he does intangible things. Coaches like players like Walton. He's totally unselfish. He does all the little intangibles.
With the 2 big guys, Hubie.
Oh, yeah. Keep an eye on the contact here. You're going to say people say, oh, a lot of nickel dimers there. Yeah, but there are the banging and then the steal and the fast break basket. Now, that happened in the first half. Now, this is the second half. Same spot. All right, now just watch. See, that's where Kobe thought that he was caught right across the forearm. Now, this is what you like about Murray now. He's picked up this game. He's got 13 points for you, and he has 7 rebounds at that 2-guard position.
Of course, the big guns, the top scorers. Lebron has helped out, and Odom has helped out, and a hold called on Eric Snow. So Snow picks up his 4th foul, and for the Cavaliers, their 13th foul.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play. See that back screen? Now, right there. Now, that would have been a dunk if Eric Snow does not get the call, okay? You can see right there. He said, I am not giving him a layup.
Bryant, another tough shot. Kobe Bryant. The degree of difficulty in a number of these jumpers.
You know, he's not making 15 to 18-foot shot. He's beyond that. He's in that 19 to 22-foot area time and time again. In college, he might have 50 by now. Okay.
Murray gets some space and knocks out a 3. Big shot from Murray.
Well, you know, a year ago, he had a great year for Seattle. He was one of the guys that helped that club win over 50 games, and we're really a terrific ball club in the Western Division.
He has not shot well from 3 since being with the Cavs. This is his 13th game. Swish Parker can't connect. And LeBron James with his 8th rebound. But Murray did hit a game-winning 3 in one of his first games with the team. Ball poked away.
See, that's Walton. See, Walton with the hands, the active hands.
Good inside. And back to a 6-point game.
Well, Drew has had very few attempts. You know, he's been kind of like lost in a shuffle. He's 4 for 7 in the ball game. But he can do it in this game because of his quickness. Great hands.
Walton forced it.
Great hands.
Flip Murray got a piece.
There you go.
Murray inside, left-handed. Oh, pretty adjustment. And it's a 4-point game.
Now that was outstanding. Great defensive play, and then the explosion on the break.
7 straight points by the Cavs. They've never led. They've trailed by as many as 18, by 15 here in the 4th quarter.
Force the double.
And Murray takes it away.
Oh, boy.
James fouled on the other end. But no, that wouldn't have counted. Danny Crawford, he blew the whistle. You couldn't hear the whistle. Right. The crowd was so loud.
That's exactly right, Mike.
I wonder if he called a technical on Kobe Bryant because he blew the whistle right after the steal. Bryant was mad.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant, right here, you can see he's getting hit. He's getting hit across the arm and as well as the hand. Now, Kobe said something, and right there to the left of your screen, you can see Danny Crawford. Yeah, he made the call. He made the call, the technical foul.
He didn't, I mean, he made it right away, instinctively called a tech, and then see looked up. The Cavs had a chance for a fast break, so you didn't want to hurt their idea of or a chance of a fast break there. Meanwhile, Bryant, that's Bryant's 13th technical of the season.
I see right there, he gets hit. Now, come on. I mean, that's a semi-mugging, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so you can understand why he's upset because he's had a number of situations like that.
Team technical foul, you're suspended for a game. And then on your 18th of the season, suspended for a game, every other one. That's his 13th of the season. Flip Murray on the drive. Again, Murray! 1-point game.
You cannot underestimate this guy. This guy has a scorer's mentality. He loves to take it on the break. He can, in the half-court offense, he's quick to the rim.
Bryant puts it up. Won't go. Ilgauskas nearly tips it in. And a loose ball foul called on Ilgauskas. That's going to be his 5th. How about Murray? 13 points here in the 4th quarter.
Well, we were looking for that third guy to step up here. Now, this is just an explosion off the dribble. He loves to play on that baseline. Very few two guards like that because down there's a ton of contact down in that area.
14th foul, so not shooting yet. Lamar Odom for 3. Won't go. Ilgauskas, the rebound.
The Lakers have got to get back to their game of movement so that they get down inside, Mike. They cannot continue to settle for the long jumpers here if they're going to win this game.
A 10-0 run by the Cavaliers. James on the drive. Inside, Ilgauskas. Won't. Can't go. The second tip. And the Cavs have their first lead of the game.
That's their offensive rebounding. You say, well, Ilgauskas missed the easy. Yeah, he did. Except Gooden got the tap, and then Ilgauskas gets the second tap for the score.
And a sound crowd on its feet. A 12-0 run. Bryant puts it up. Ball nearly tipped in by Odom, but a loose ball foul on Lamar Odom. And the Cavs will get the ball with a 1-point lead. The Lakers scored 63 points in the first half. Only Flip Murray leading the way.
No, he's doing a terrific job, Mike. They were looking for that third guy. He has 20 points for this ball game, but he's the one who has ignited everything. He's 6 for 6 in the quarter and has really sparked this ball club. Off the dribble and then looking for the contact, taking it strong to the rim.
How about in this last week, in the past 7 days, the Cavs blew a 15-point lead to the Heat in Miami and lost. Then later, blew a 19-point lead to the Mavericks in Dallas and lost. They've blown big leads, both on the road, but here with a superb comeback on their home floor.
Now, in the second half right now, Kobe Bryant is really ice cold. He's 4 for 15. We know he had that terrific first half, 10 for 15. He's 4 for 15 in this half right now. That is big.
Lakers call for a delay of game for coming out of the huddle a little too slowly. Another delay of game will result in a technical. Lakers, by the way, they've played in 6 games decided by just a point. They've had a lot of close games this year. James for 3. Bang! Wow. LeBron James from downtown.
Wow, that's his third make in this ball game.
A 15-0 run.
Oh, great defense.
And it's still Laker ball.
Mike, you made a great point about the Lakers. The Lakers have been in games decided by 6 points or less 31 times. That's only second to Philadelphia. Philadelphia 32 times. You say, well, what's the big deal? Well, this is a young team, a lot of injuries. They've had to make a lot of adjustments. Well, they're only 15 and 16 in these games.
Odom spinning.
Nice.
And Gooden whacked him. The help defense there, but too aggressive. And he's had a terrific game. But right now his team ice cold.
He's got 7 rebounds. I mean, this guy's been working.
And that ends those free throws, a 15-0 run. The Lakers hadn't scored in 3.5 minutes. 2-point Cavalier lead as we come up on 2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes, under 2 minutes remaining.
Snow looking for Ilgauskas.
Yeah, that was smart. They fronted and they forced the. Oh, great cut.
Threw it behind him, just a split second behind, and Murray couldn't handle a pass.
Good idea, though, Mike. That was an excellent move by Murray.
That's their first turnover of the 4th quarter. Lakers have had 6 here in the period.
That's a clear out.
Bryant puts it in. Tie game.
So much for 4 for 15, Mike. Right. So much for that stat.
He's got 38. This happened in the game between the two back in January. Bryant didn't have a great game, but then hit the last 6 points, including the game winner. LeBron James double team, and he stepped out of bounds. Good help defense from Kwame Brown.
That's right. Kwame went over there and did a great job. Now just keep an eye on this move here. You're going to see they clear it out, but now Cleveland has 2 guys on that side of the floor to play him off the dribble. He recognized it and just went up for the jumper.
And Snow right in his face, where Bryant able to elevate above. Kobe Bryant misfires, loose ball, Walton tried to save it. And it's going to be Cavs ball with 55.9 remaining.
Going 6 for 6 for Cleveland. Cleveland, great defense, holding the Lakers to 1 shot, getting out in the break, and then Ron Murray capitalizing and playing big, bringing his ball club back here. Right now, Cleveland, 3 guys with 20 points, 20-plus points.
Flip Murray with 13 of the 20 here in this 4th quarter. Legowski swatting the ball. Brown doing a good job making it difficult.
Yeah, he forced him out by fronting him.
Has to pass it out. 3 on the shot clock. Murray for 3. And Odom the rebound.
Yeah, good defense that time. I was surprised that Legowski didn't go strong with some kind of a spin type of a move. But when he threw it out to Murray, the clock was already down to 2.
About a 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Odom looking to post up. Odom's had a big game. Down to 5. Nice. Odom inside. Won't go. Brown's tip. Ball still loose. Murray has it. And the Cavs call time.
That is a great move by Odom. Just watch as he drops steps. See, he's had that move all night long. There's the contact. Does he get hit? Yes, he gets hit in the chest. But he's going up for his move. Unfortunately for the Lakers, they could not get the rebound. See, there it is right there. Now, you can see Odom's arm also go out, so you had it both ways. A push by Odom. Lamar Odom is on LeBron James. Here he comes to the top. Now, your decision. Are you going to play him one-on-one?
James foul. There's the foul to give.
And made to get a good shot.
Damon Jones back to Murray. Murray inside. He's tripped up and fouled. With 3.4 left, Flip Murray will shoot 2 free throws.
Yolo by Flip Murray. Well, just watch this. See, as Damon Jones came out, his man left that way. Kobe was shading a little bit, trying to help on LeBron if LeBron came up the middle of the floor. A surge to go to the rim.
Murray, 74% from the free throw line with the Cavs. He's a 72% free throw shooter for his career. Ball for the Cavs. Murray knocks it down. Cavs by 1. Timeout Lakers.
Executed so well from the foul line down, going strong to the basket. Then, when you consider does not get a good sight line.
Lakers down by 1. Bryant has it. Snow crowds him. Bryant for the win. No good. And the Cavs with a huge come from behind win. Kobe Bryant with a 2nd straight game with a chance, but a very difficult shot. And an important win for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Now, Brazion did an excellent job in defending Walton so that he did not have a good pass line. They made all of their movements, but they kept Kobe Bryant in the middle of the floor. Now, right here, you can see they had 3 guys on him, and they forced him where the shot, he was leaning to his left. Now, that was a very difficult shot, but if you've been around over his 10 years, you've seen him make that shot and win a ton of games.
That was pretty close to going in, and Bryant disappointed as the Cavaliers come back from a 15-point 4th quarter deficit and get the victory over the Lakers. LeBron James, another huge game. He's with Lisa Salters.
LeBron, 4.7 seconds left. Everyone in the building knew that Kobe wanted to take the last shot. What was the defensive scheme and what were you thinking?
I hope
he don't make it. You know, Kobe's such a great player. He can get off any shot, and he still got a good look. You know, and you know, Eric Snow did a great job of shielding him, putting a hand in his face, and he missed it. That was great for us.
Yeah, you were down by 18 points. What changed in the second half of this game?
I think defensively we just stepped it up. E. Snow did a great job on Kobe in the second half, and Flip Murray came through for us in the fourth quarter, and Sparkers, and we fed off them two and got a big win.
What does this game do for this team? I just saw you after the game. You got everybody together. What was said in that little mini hug?
Well, that's one of the biggest wins of our season thus far. You know, coming down the stretch, going into the playoffs, we needed to beat a team like this. They're a great team, and they're fighting for a playoff hunt just like we are, and we did a great job of coming back.
Thanks a lot, and good luck down the stretch. Mike.